Ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. So the next transfer and a final transfer for today will be announced, or has been announced, and that is Bouna Sarr. Now, Sarr obviously comes from Olympique Marseille for 10 million. That's a reported fee. He is 28 years old and he is a fullback. Now, you all know my thoughts on this transfer. If you've watched my last few videos, I'm not necessarily against it. I'm not necessarily for it. For me, it was a case of, well, if we're getting him, we're obviously not getting younger fullbacks, which was obviously the idea and the plan that I had and the club had, seemingly with Dest, with Aarons, with Lamptey, and now we've gone for Sarr, who is a significantly older, player, but he's only 28, nearing 29. For me, the way I see it, the way I look at it, it's the case of, well, he's not too old. People always have this notion that if you're 28, 29, you're nearing your peak, or you're basically at your peak, and like once you're 30, it's only downhill for you, which I find very ludicrous. I don't know where I said it. Could have been on a different channel, could have been on Twitter, could have been just one of my ramblings that I sometimes do just outside of this channel, where I think people are footballers are going to have a longer career than in the past. And the reason why I think that is because footballers nowadays obviously take significantly more care of their body. They, the fitness, there has been this massive evolution in terms of fitness, in terms of health, in terms of professionality of these players over the past couple of years. That's why I personally think these players are going to play a significantly longer time. It's why I think the likes of Ronaldo, for example, I think he's going to be able to play until he's 40. I like this sort of level. Obviously, he'll decline in terms of his speed, in terms of his pace, but I think like he's not going to decline that dramatically. And I think that applies to the majority of footballers nowadays, and especially the footballers that are up and coming and haven't hit their peak yet, or haven't hit like the 30s yet, just because of them taking care of their body more nowadays, that I feel like these players are going to be able to play at top level for a lot longer. Now, of course, the other thing that people complain about is his quality, and I'm pretty sure most of you have never even watched him. So people that are complaining about him and his lack of quality, or his lack of perceived quality, have probably never seen a single game from him. So I'm not gonna claim that I've seen too much of him. I have seen a bit of him. I can't say that much, but not near enough where I can say, oh, he's definitely terrible, he's definitely awful, he's definitely amazing. I'm not even gonna entertain those. The way I'm gonna look at it is like this. He's now a Bayern player, and since he's now a Bayern player, I'm going to fully support him. It's really that simple. Now, some of you will say, well, what about Chris Richards? Chris Richards, he did pretty well right back in the last game. I would disagree. I think like he was okay. Obviously not at that peak level, but he was okay. But now that we have a established right back, we can, Pavard can now also move back to centre back. Some people were saying that we should probably get another centre back next season or so. Now we've got Pavard that can actually consistently play as a centre back, so that's amazing. Obviously, he'll still be, I would assume, maybe our first right back. It all depends how quickly Sarr adjusts to our system. But he's the third transfer that we've done today, and the fourth. I actually don't know how many transfers we've done this summer. We will do a video about that tomorrow in more detail, where I will evaluate all the transfers. But like from memory, we've got Kouassi, Sané, Nubel, Marc Rocha. I always like saying his full name, not just like Rocha. Marc Rocha. And in the last couple of days, today I guess you could say, we got Costa, we got Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, and now we've got Bouna Sarr. So we've got actually quite a good amount of players, and for relatively cheap money as well, and especially in these corona times. That's obviously quite difficult to achieve, but I feel like we have done quite well. We should be proud of ourselves. Our squad is exactly the way we need it to be. You could argue our squad is significantly better than last season. I would argue that quite comfortably as well. But what we needed was squad depth. It wasn't so much squad quality, because our first 11, our first 13, 14 players are all top notch, are all best in their positions, are all absolutely world class. And it's just like beyond that to give those players a rest. And that's exactly what you have right now. And I still think I'm saying that very clearly right now. I've said this before already, but I'll say it again. Musiala by the end of the season will be will be knocking on the door as a starter, and I truly think that. So for the way I'm seeing it right now, good summer. Now, obviously, I'm just talking about the incomings, not really the out departures, but we'll talk about that in more detail tomorrow. What do you all think about Sarr? Are you all excited? Are you not? Are you just whatever? Like, is that just the attitude, like just whatever. You know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. For me, as I said, I think it's a great transfer. Well, not great. I think it's a good transfer. It is what we needed. We needed a right back, and I hate this freeze because the chair is right next to it, so you can probably hear it quite loud. Well, I think it's a decent transfer. I think, you know, we got the hole that we filled the hole that we had, which was the right back. Now Kimmich, you know, can play in midfield. We've got Rocha as well to fill in midfield, and on the wings we obviously now have Costa as well, and then we also have a Lewandowski not replacement, more so like a Lewandowski substitute in Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, who also can play on the wing. So we have our squad now. That's a good thing. We have a squad now, a big enough squad to rest and rotate players. Now, someone will say the quality is not that high. I would disagree. You know, there's a certain standard that comes with Bayern when you play at Bayern. You know, there is a certain level that you just have to play at, otherwise you're never going to get game time. And the players know that, so they know they have to improve. You look at someone like Gnabry, for example. Gnabry, when he came to Bayern, wasn't that great, but he knew, okay, if I want to get game time, I need to improve on all aspects of myself. And then we saw what happened with him. First season at Bayern, he was voted as Bayern's best player of the season. That just kind of shows you how good he is. You know, that just kind of shows you the kind of attitude and kind of mentality you have. Now, some players, they won't have the attitude and the mentality. Others, they will. And we'll just have to see which of these players will have that attitude and which of these players won't have that attitude. But hey, I will be seeing all of you in the next one, everyone. That is our transfer incomings concluded. There may still be some transfer departures or loans that will be happening over the next couple of days. So we will see, ladies and gentlemen. I will see all of you though, ladies and gentlemen, in the next one. Until then, have a nice day, peace out, and as always,